Welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is the Fall of the House of Usher, Episode 1, watch full online with me, guys, here. Yes, I am a Mike Flanagan fan. I'm a huge fan of this cast, and I hope you enjoy this series that is going to be in a playlist for you guys in the description below. This dropped on Netflix this morning, and all 8 episodes are out now, so we've got some work to do ahead of us. And hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun. So I implore you to launch your own copy of Netflix. Put that window up over mine, and we can enjoy this together. Obviously, you know, hey, I can't show you the entire episode here, but I'll do my best with my little tips and tricks to let you know where I'm at within the episode so you guys can follow along with your copies there on Netflix. And we'll be forever immortalized in the annals of history of watching the Fall of the House of Usher. I am hitting the play button now. Oh, we got a music intro. Another brick in the wall. Netflix series. Or, well, we're opening with, we saw Carla there.
The crisis, the danger is past.
A death. Funeral service. Who is that?
At last. Be silent in that solitude, which is not loneliness.
Bruce Greenwood? Ooh. Wow. McDonnell. Ruth Codd. I'm looking forward to seeing Mark Hamill.
How it hangs upon the trees. A mystery of...
Wow, so they're saying that some of these characters are going to start this series dead? Tanaya? Is that like the Raven? So this is a Midnight Dreary. This is the name of this episode?
What is it?
We grow sick and dizzy.
She's here.
Yeah, it's like they're a big family, and there's kind of like people die, and there's going to be like they're fighting over the money or something, the estate or something after. I don't know exactly. Because it's loosely based not just on the Fall of House of Usher's story, but there's also other ones mixed in, like The Pit and the Pendulum and The Raven. So I'm looking forward to it. Oh, there's some of our names. Arthur Palmer, The Tragic Death of Frederick Usher, Murder Suicide Rocks, Napoleon Usher. Wow. Deceased. Killed in gruesome accident. So this is a story where they all end up dead, huh? And who's the suspect? So it's going to be a mystery in that way of figuring out who done it, maybe?
You're not going to believe this. He's on the phone. He wants to meet with you tonight.
That was the guy who played Halloran in Dr. Sleep, right? Picking up after Scatman Carruthers? Yeah. So they reveal the deaths of the family and I guess flashbacks to each demise for each episode, maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The music is setting the proper tone here. See that kind of imagery? That's what helps set the tone of stuff. Not during the daytime, guys, like what they try to do with Exorcist Believer or It Lives Inside. What else was culpable for that or responsible recently? Where it's like it's a horror movie. It's daytime though. It's like what the heck are you doing? So I have read.
Well, come on if you're coming.
Fall of the House of Usher from Poe. This is all based on Edgar Allan Poe's works, guys. I didn't read all of Pit in the Pendulum. It was a bit dry for me. I think most of us
I'm
understand
sorry
the Raven.
for your loss. You're the...
Wow. 4 million.
Produced since 1776.
Wow. Wow. And cheers. Yeah. Hey. Well, you don't have to insult me about it, but
It's unimaginable, and I am truly
No, I
sorry.
understand, Augie. You're sorry my children are all dead.
he didn't. Is he not trusting him to take the drink? Is he worried like he was going to poison him, maybe, or something? Gotten away with it.
Basement. Oh, that's right. She's an even tougher get than me.
Hmm. Lenore, the sweet Lenore. That was from the Raven. Lenore is from the Raven, right? Your confession?
"23. Mr. Usher has waived his right to have an attorney present."
And Mr. Dupin has a way.
And what exactly are you confessing to? You mentioned Title 18, Section 371. That's defrauding.
73 charges.
Children died.
Okay, so it is going to be
I know.
violent flashbacks.
Suppose.
At the beginning. So kind of very much kind of the same setup as Bly Manor. Now is that? So I think that's a miniature model. It didn't look like a real street, but it must have been. Annabeth Gish, is that who that is? Eliza.
more tender they become. For reasons...
That's, wow. Jeez, dude. Okay. Bruce Greenwood's voice is like so rich in his narration. Ow.
Not here, not ever. We agreed. No harm done. We'll talk about it Monday.
It does look like a volume set, sort of. It doesn't look like a real location. Like the street. Like, look at the sky and the street. It is Annabeth Gish. Or is it Annabelle Gish? I can't remember. Annabeth? Right? We'll take a look at the IMDb afterwards, guys. Don't worry.
Close to him that he can kiss you.
Pain and suffering are like the kiss of Jesus? What? Wow. Language, dude. 1962. Time jump. Yeah, the original story of Fall of the House of Usher was about a sister and a brother together, right? And isn't there like there is a murder.
Maybe we need to call a doctor like on the TV.
No!
Mom. And we know that you're so good at helping people. She always said you were a man that could...
Nothing. Won't see any doctors and she's in so much pain.
He's obviously been hitting the sauce. Chris Cooper? It looks a little bit like Chris Cooper, but no.
Liza was a decent worker for a long time, but she lost.
Yeah, that's a weird ploy to go ask this guy for help. Yeah, it was poison, wasn't it? Something is. I'm paying attention to this younger cast here because Mike Flanagan's really good at finding great talent, and I'd like to keep like a memory bank of actors and actresses for like MCU projects, Star Wars projects, you name it. She's got a little bit of Claire Foy in her, doesn't she? She does. Now, You can't bury your own family members as much as that seems like the right thing to do. You have to alert the authorities.
Son, an anthem for the queenliest dead.
So Annabeth didn't last that long in this episode. Where are we at? 14 minutes in? Well, she did help set the tone. That's gruesome. Oh, you can't bury your own family? My bad. Well, you have to notify the proper authorities. Otherwise, it does look a little bit suspicious. For legal purposes, right? Oh no. Too old, sleeping with my sister, nasty. Yeah, sleeping in the same room with your sister? Yeah, that's a bit weird. There's for legal things like she would have ownership of the house, any funds or stocks or uh, things that she would have in the bank would have to be transferred over to beneficiaries. That's why you have to notify the authorities. Just in case there isn't like a last will and testament kind of thing. Did you know the wake was to make sure the person is actually dead? No, I didn't. By for actually, but that makes sense why it's called the wake. And it feeds it back into when they used to have dead ringers.
Call a doctor. I don't care what she
It
said.
was an accident.
Yeah.
They gotta know we didn't mean to.
Yeah. That's why you call it doctors. What? Well, turn around, dude. Oof.
I'm sorry. Please, Mommy.
It's darkly lit, and when the flashes of lightning on her face, it is eerie, man. Oh, she wants some retribution against Lannister or whatever the heck his name is. Was it Lakewood?
What are you doing here?
Actually, I'm kind of surprised you're still awake if you were drinking. If you were drinking. Ooh. Well, William, what do you say now? Longfellow,
Sleep.
sorry.
That was before the internet, prehistoric times. And the nastiest bits we cleaned up after.
Longfellow obviously hit the sauce. Must have had high blood pressure because he was so angry about things. She was remarkable.
Assume that I'm supposed to because she's here.
What do you mean?
Right behind me. Do you see her behind him? I don't see her.
I'm not going to turn around, Roderick.
I don't see nothing there. You guys see anything? There was a little bit of movement, wasn't there? Did I miss it?
Kids.
He had 6 kids
6 kids by 5 mothers, but they're
by 5 mothers. Wow. Hmm. I'm prepping for a jump scare at the end of this. Oh, is it Mother Dearest? Is that what this episode's called? I thought it was Midnight Dreary or something. I don't know. Maybe. Hey, I don't answer my phone all the time.
your kids too, and you're here with me. So let's skip the soapbox.
It is Midnight Dreary. I just referring to his mother. Oh, okay.
Always were an effective orator, Augie. Even your opening arguments, I was impressed.
So even though he prosecuted him,
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Charles Auguste Dupin.
2 weeks ago. So that's why he was not willing to take the drink, because he did prosecute him.
I know, there have already been a lot of headlines about Fortunato Pharma.
Oh, Mark Hamill. Is Mark Hamill left-handed? I didn't know that.
Madeline Usher spent 4 decades growing Fortunato into one of
Yeah, those two I want to see. Kate Siegel.
And the reason they aren't sweating.
Mark Hamill's left-handed because his father cut his right hand. Yeah. Him is okay. He's playing the defense attorney. Okay. I love Mary McDonnell. Pfeiffer says, yeah, she's really good. And I'm curious to see her in this role because this is normally not her type of material.
Not one consequence has stuck to Roderick Usher or Madeline. You're going to hear from one of them.
Interesting. Well, that was a good opening speech, though, right? His voice is just, wow.
This witness came forward at great personal risk. Would be
Yeah, don't insult the court there, dude.
Opening argument, Mr. Dupin.
You're right. You're on.
I don't think there was one. He just wanted to see what their reaction would be, right? That one of them was turning against them. A little bit like a chess game there. Kind of like, I got something. I got something.
All of them spouses too.
A joyful.
It worked, right? Henry Thomas.
Traded us in an informant.
She looks familiar. Who is she? I definitely, she looks like, who is that? I would love to have a bowling alley in my place, right next to my pool table, so that I'll be kind of like, I'm playing pool, throw a ball, take a shot, throw on the pool table. And
Why the fuck?
oh, sorry for the language, guys. Yeah, that's the little girl. Oh, that's Abra? Is that Abra in Doctor Sleep? She's really good, Abra. I want to see more with Abra as a story.
Wants Dad to love him more than anything.
So they're all vying for the money. They're all vying for control of
didn't just call him Froderick.
Froderick. So it did work. His tactic in the courtroom did work. Look how tightly everything is edited together here.
I care about what Dad thinks, and he'd write this out, so we write it out.
Goldbug will show him.
Tamerlan. Tamerlan? That's an interesting name, isn't it? Tamerlan. Test monkeys? Ew. So they are testing on animals for drugs and stuff. Well, they did say pharmaceuticals, right? Tanaya? Is that Tanaya? It is, right?
I have to say, I think we're gonna struggle to get peer review. Don't say it's because of the nightshade.
Powder? Is that the girl from Resident Evil series? It is. She was good in Resident Evil. She was like the evil CEO.
But there's a whole process for that. That significant others are a thing.
He's really good too. Is he playing some Street Fighter? Mortal Kombat. Is that Mortal Kombat 10? He's playing Mortal Kombat while getting pleasured. Napoleon Usher. What a name, huh? Hey, let's name our kid Napoleon.
Not that I'm complaining. I figured, shit my...
Oh, so he swings both ways. You saw her moving in the background there? You see her? She's taking pictures. Okay, there she is.
I just threw up my mouth a little bit.
Tucker?
Yes,
Juno's gonna be at the Met this weekend. Your dad's office has for some.
Not your step what? Step brother? Step father?
tonight. What I do need is for you to stay on top of Victorine and the rest of...
Victorine? Jimmy Fallon will be jealous he wasn't mentioned, yeah. Wait.
Moderated an NA meeting once.
NA meeting. Wait a minute, hold on here. Is Ruth supposed to be the...
Only thing stronger than love is how fucking scared they are.
Don't kiss her, like... She's like too young, man. That's gross if that's... Wife, so it is. Wow. Ew, ew, ew. Who is that guy? Is he the doctor? Look at the splash of red there. So has he been hit with a diagnosis that he's got incurable cancer or something? He's looking like it.
Prospero's here.
Prospero,
You ready?
huh? Tempest? Shakespeare? Glenfiddich.
Yes. Well, obviously you're not thinking big enough.
Ruth is 26 years old. It's still, Bruce is what, like 60 something? It's 40-year difference. It's whatever. Juno was in Midnight Club. He was in Midnight Club as well? I never finished watching it because it kind of ran out of gas.
From Glenfiddich.
I'm not selling Glenfiddich. I'm
getting the impression that Mike Flanagan likes Glenfiddich.
You fucking say so. No, we won't set up a meeting at the office.
No, Juno, played by Ruth Codd, was in the Midnight Club. Well, yeah, I know that Ruth was in Midnight Club. She was the best part of it.
I know it's important to you. Everybody gets that first loan, but...
Not make.
It's kind of losing a little bit of steam here, 38 minutes in, because they're trying to introduce a lot of characters here. I know they're setting stuff up, but I don't know what that whole Glenfiddich rant was. It kind of distracted from everything. Again, I know that they're setting up characters, but as a pilot episode, I need it to come around So Carla is a ghost in this? It's dinner time. I like her too. Well, who's she? Cake. Oh, it's a cake.
No way.
I bet it's
Coffee's a
cake.
cake too. Yeah, I don't watch. Was it Cake? Cake Wars or whatever, where they do make things like that with cake.
Amen.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Freddie.
All right, well, you all eat.
Was it like non-disclosures?
Robust new non-disclosure agreement, and it is consequential.
Yeah, it is cake. It is a reality show on Netflix. That guy too. Who's that guy? He.
Just wait till you see the prenup.
Oh, yeah, speaking of prenups, how
Juno. Yeah. So some shade there. The one daughter doesn't like the fact that she's so young. Froderick. Froderick is a weird. Is that Beethoven's seventh?
After us, we will exhaust our arsenal until the threat's neutralized.
Huh.
Find out who's been talking to the goddamn government, against your own blood.
I believe her. I don't know if it's
To the feds, 50 million cash, no strings.
also they want to smoke each other. They want to pit each other against one another. But this is exactly what the lawyer wanted to have happen, right?
And for some of them, the last time I saw them alive.
Okay, now it's come back. Oh, you do. So who's Carla? Who's Carla then in this? I thought Carla was going to be like this sister, but I guess not.
There's a woman.
Carla. We started with New Year's, right?
Resolve means being unwavering, determined, a firm commitment.
Yeah, you need resolution. I like that word today. That's the word of the day, resolution. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1979, December 31st. So I'm guessing Carla will be a tragic death that happens, that he's responsible for, that haunts him throughout all of this. A groove. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, change of key there. One going up. There she is.
Daisy Buchanan. Gin Rickeys then?
Yes, we didn't drink.
So she was a bartender.
What made you ditch the other party? All dressed up.
His hands are all chapped. His fingers. They just bury someone? So they just committed a crime?
To kick Carter out of the White House this year.
79? Yeah, Reagan. Verna. Yeah, Frank Langella was originally cast to play Roderick. Yeah, I was going to talk about that after this episode, Bifer. Looks like he...
Future. The future's coming fast. It's nearly here.
Resolution is a deal that you make with the future? Are you going to change the world? A raven?
We're sitting outside of time and space.
You'll be reluctant to accept it or believe.
So is she going to be playing like the Raven, kind of like a conscience of Roderick? So he's eventually going to go mad, right? So they're all dead up there. He's seeing ghosts.
Of death and suffering, which
churches are an eerie place, especially when they're big and gothic, kind of like that. She's really connected to Pym, though, huh? The lawyer. Is he gonna pass out and die here? Ooh, what the heck is that? Oh, so he is gonna die there. What's with the Joker? I've seen that before. Personally. That's the way I want to go out. When you know it's time. Wow. What an ending. Okay, so that's the first episode. That set everything up. So just know, like, as a cohesive, that episode won't mean as much to us right now until we actually get into the bulk of the rest of the season. What was up with the Joker thing? I got to freeze frame that. Nevermore. Yeah. And I'll tell you why it's significant to me, because I've seen it before. It wasn't quite like that. I had it during a body paralysis. I had it during that. I had it during a sleep paralysis moment, and it's freaky, man. I lie down to have a quick nap. I don't know what that is, but it was Joker-esque with the things coming up that I saw that in my dream. I lied down for like 7 minutes, and within that 7-minute period, I don't know what it was, but it was like a masquerade ball mask, yeah. But I saw a face flash in front of me like that, and my whole body, like, I started to lose function. Like my legs were going to sleep with pins and needles in it, and I tried to stand up and call out for help, but my body just began to shut down, and I was overcome with darkness. And I thought that I had seen the face of death, that was the face of death that came for me. It's very interesting that that came around and appeared here. It was very Joker-esque kind of look to it. But as I learned about sleep paralysis and stuff like that, the old hag syndrome kind of thing, where you see an entity that's pressing down on you, and that's what it felt like. It was like the life was being sucked out of me, kind of thing. But it was the Joker-esque kind of thing that it was just a flash, just like that. And it was weird because in my dream, and it was only like 7 minutes, I was restringing my guitar, and I was looking at it like this, and I was looking at it up here, and I just, for a quick second, saw that flash of that kind of a thing. Curious how that ties in like that. Of course, I don't believe that much anymore, but I also like that towards the end when he was like, it's time. Like he knew that it was time for him to cash out his chips. Okay, so Pfeiffer brought up an interesting point here, saying that it was Frank Langella that was supposed to play Roderick there, but Bruce Greenwood came in there. Yeah, some unpleasantness happened early in the casting of this, where Frank Langella did come on and was going to play Roderick, and then some accusations came out, so he got replaced. And Bruce Greenwood picked up that torch and did a really good job. His voice in this was so... they must have had like a really close microphone to catch in all the little grit in his voice. It was really well done. Okay, so... let's see. So Mary McDonnell is his sister. Okay. So then who the heck is playing... Who's Carla? I don't want to read too much into this because I don't want to get spoiled by anything. Okay, so that was a Midnight Dreary. Yeah. But I do like how it's going to pit the whole family against each other kind of thing. It's not exactly following the story Fall of House of Usher. Because I think that one wasn't... Not a whole lot. Like there was people being invited to a party and stuff, I think, in that one. And they said, don't go into the certain room because my mother's in there or something. Right? Is that House of Usher? But I'm sure that each installment here is going to go into the minor stories of Pit and Pendulum and stuff like that. Let me just quickly pull up House of Usher IMDb. Oops, sorry. I just want to take a look at the cast of who is everybody in here, because now we need to know. Carla is Verna. Okay. Camille. Kate's one of the daughters, right? Tanaya Miller, Victorine, Tamerlane. Very weird names, right? Leo, Napoleon. Yeah, okay. Kylie Curran is Lenore. Wait, I thought Lenore was wife in Dr. Sleep. She was Abra. Yeah, okay. So that's confirmed. Who was Annabeth? I'm sorry, I just need to, because she started as this off, and Jacob Tremblay's in this. Dupin's legal aid. Jason, or not Jacob, Jason Tremblay. Okay. Annabeth. Yeah, it is Annabeth Gish. She's in 2 episodes, huh? All right. I don't want to get too spoiled. I'll leave this up. Guys, right now, overall, watching the rest of the House of Usher, too slow, pacing problems. I hope not. I hope now that we go into each individual episode and figure out how each one of these family members dies. I'm using temporary thumbnails right now, guys. I may go back and revise the thumbnails. I just needed to put a bunch together so that we can get this ball rolling. Okay, that's episode 1 of The Fall of House of Usher. As I said, it's part of a playlist. What else can you find here on Mirror Domains if you like this kind of stuff? Well, we do movie reviews for things like Totally Killer. We just watched episode 3 of Survivor this morning. Great episode. Watch my reaction during Tribal Council for that. You'll like my reaction for that. Tomorrow morning, we're watching episode 3 of Hell's Kitchen. We do writing sessions for what I thought The Exorcist Believer should have been. There's a review for that movie is up there on the channel as well as Pet Sematary Bloodlines and Nowhere. We watched the full movie, Wishmaster from 1997. And of course, we do movie news 1 or 2 times a week, where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day. There are all my social media handles you guys can follow me on. If you like this, guys, come join us. Tee up your episodes as you watch them. We're going to be burning through these in the next 2 days. So let me just reset the stream in about 2 minutes, and we'll get into episode 2 right away. You're watching Mirror Domains.